Right, you've had a busy week at the London Film Festival.
Have, yeah.
What did you see this week?
Well, Widows, which was the opening movie for the festival. Steve McQueen, heist movie, adaptation of a Linda LaPlante book.
This is about my life.
The start of the movie, a heist goes wrong. There's these career criminal men. Heist goes wrong, and you're left with a bunch of widows. Viola Davis, Michelle Rodriguez, and Elizabeth Debicki. Is that how you pronounce that? Debicki? These men die and leave widows, but they leave a debt, which Viola Davis, who was sort of married to Liam Neeson, who was the leader of this criminal gang, the debt doesn't die with him, and she gets basically shaken down by some other criminals. So you've got 3 weeks, whereas you've got 2 weeks to come up with $2 million. So the only option that she has available to her is to round up these other widows and basically pull off a heist with the widows to try and get them out of trouble.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it is. It's good. I really liked it.
My husband left me the plans for his next job. All I need is a crew to pull it off.
Why should we trust you anyway?
Because I'm the only one standing between you and a bullet in your head.
The thing I really liked about this, I think script-wise, this is really good because there's no clear dividing line between some good and bad characters. There's not just some really good characters and really bad ones. Everyone's on this scale of sort of grey. Like everyone's a bit bad and a bit good. Brian Tyree Henry from Atlanta is basically
The City, or is that a show?
he might be from, I don't know.
Is it a movie?
He's from the TV show.
Oh.
He might be from the City. I don't know. They're in debt to him, and he runs a gang as well. But there's also this thing where he's a subplot where he's running for public office. Say in Chicago, the politicians have ignored his part of town. He wants to run for public office because he knows if he gets in, that he can help the impoverished members of his community. But there's also at the same time where he's openly saying, if I get in, I'll give my family and friends the good construction contract.
Right.
So he's a bit of a crook as well, but he also seems to really want to help his community. He's running up against Colin Farrell, who's this moneyed upper middle class guy from a...
I know who Colin Farrell is.
Oh, moneyed upper middle class character who's son of Robert Duvall, who's been this long-standing...
Wow, hell of a cast.
Yeah, he's been this long-running politician who's standing down, and the intention for him is that Colin Farrell will take his place. He plays this character who's slimy, he's obviously corrupt, but he employs underhand tactics in the race to win the election. But there's also a thing where he does seem to genuinely want to escape the shadow of his father, Robert Duvall. And Robert Duvall is the closest thing in this to just an outright nasty, evil, irredeemable character, because he's openly racist, and he says, the thing is, you get power because you want to keep undesirable people, i.e. working class, non-white working class people, out of power. And there is a sense that Colin Farrell's character wants to get away from that a little bit, but he's also a bit of a scumbag as well. And that's the really interesting thing, is you get this fairly nuanced spectrum of characters. They all feel really real, they feel lived in. None of them really feel like cliches. It's not just, here's a good down-at-heel person and here's a bad gang member. There's good bits and bad bits to all these characters, and you can see why these people are doing some of these bad things. People have been backed into corners, people are taking shortcuts because they want to try and do something good.
What I've learned from men like your late husband and my father is that you reap what you sow.
Let's hope so.
It's got some really great performances in it. There's pretty much there's no bad performances in it. Everybody's really compelling in it. It's mostly this slow burn drama, but it's punctuated with moments of intense action.
This is for guns.
Guns? From where?
Figure it out.
It's well paced. It's well scripted. It's nicely put together. But it's good. It's just, I say, it's this really interesting character study of three-dimensional, nuanced characters. A mixture of affluent impoverished working class, political class, kind of doing what they need to do to try and keep their heads above water, grab hold of a bit of power in a way that is simultaneously, well, that's pretty shit, but also I can see why you're doing this. It's really intriguing. I liked it a lot. It was really good. I definitely recommend it. Yeah.
Nice.
Now, the best thing we have going for us is being who we are.
Why?
Because no one thinks we have the balls to pull this off.